Alright, greetings everybody, welcome to Children of Rath. Oh god, am I in a different specific... Wait, what happened that we all moved around?
Uh-oh.
We were good a minute ago.
I'm the dungeon master!
We were good a minute ago, but now for some reason everybody moved around, and I don't know when it happened. Did someone leave and rejoin?
No.
No.
Sweet, okay, so impromptu grinding gears tonight with
Quiet,
new
you.
characters.
Quiet, you. Claude gets moved. I don't know why you're...
At least roll 20 text stayed roll 20 text.
Okay, Catherine is Maxwell.
And
Maxwell is Carrie.
I am a girl.
Wintress
Right,
remains
everyone.
Wintress.
Trade
for whatever-
character sheet.
It's me, Wintress.
And Wintress remains Wintress. Let's like Mung.
Wintress
Just
remains...
trade character sheets. Come on, we're playing each
Wintress
other's
will always be
characters now.
Wintress.
Alright, I fixed everything. Probably. I don't know why everybody switched around, but they did. Yay! God.
Might have been when I turned off the video thing.
Oh, he did
yeah.
turn off his video because he was just spinning boxes.
Yeah, that actually... I think that just moved everybody. I didn't even notice it. So I'm probably going to have to move everybody back next time. But that's okay. We'll worry about it. But anyway, after a little technical difficulties of randomly happening because we had some video issues that we had to turn off the video for, welcome to Children of Rath. It's D&D we're going to be playing. Of course, if you are unfamiliar with this, we are set in the Magic the Gathering world of Dominaria, the world in the original Magic the Gathering set. So that is the setting that we are in. So it's a D&D meets Magic the Gathering world. And our group of illustrious characters here have been going on many an adventure and find themselves in the Wizarding College of Tolaria. This time, this is the second of the Tolarian branches they have visited. The first one was very cut and dry, as it was within the merchant cities of Orvada. This one, though, this one is much more mystical, for it is Tolaria Under the Sea, an undersea academy built in the midst of the ruins of the original Tolaria Academy, which fell about 200 years ago during a apocalyptic, world-shaking invasion. And now Joe's text is green instead of blue. I don't know why your name is green now instead of blue. It used to be blue.
Huh?
In chat.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
oh.
All the colors are usually the same for people, and I kind of recognize that. You've changed from blue to green.
Wow.
Everything's broken now. The world's on fire. Anyway, so all of you had gained permission from the Emperor of the Vodalia Empire, the Merfolk Empire, to use their teleporters to head here. And so you did. And journeying across the ocean, you found your way into the college itself, and through the entranceway into a massive spire. As I described it previously, it is a spire on the inside of the building with two sets of stairs that sort of mirror each other, kind of going across and spinning up and down the spire. And you find yourself sort of in the middle of it. On various levels, there are these kind of almost floating areas where it looks like maybe classes or meetings and things are going on with small walkways leading to them and passages leading out in various areas to other branched places from this central spire. From the main kind of entryway you entered into, you find yourself in front of an area that looks to be some place to check in. And
I'm going to join the chess club.
There's a man kind of like with his hands up, kind of like mentioning for kind of like doing like this for you to approach.
We walk up.
We approach.
Welcome visitors. So welcome to Tolaria Under the Sea. You must obviously have some form of magical abilities to have arrived successfully. Excellent. What are you here for? Business, learning, or something else entirely?
Research.
Is there a pleasure option in this library?
We're a school, not just a library. There is a library. As for pleasure, well, I'm not sure what you're trying to get out of the library, but,
You all see the skeleton asking for pleasure.
you would have to ask the librarians if there's perhaps any, there might be some romance writings there. We do have a robust non-fiction, fiction section, with some stories.
Robust, you say?
Yes. It seems though that because we are under the ocean, many have lots of stresses and a little bit of, turn away from just straight studies does help. If you're looking for also just some pleasurable things, we do have a interesting sports arena.
A sports arena? Is this
Yes.
where students go to practice?
Some students participate in the sports, others just practice various types of either physical or magical-based sports. But regardless, though, that is... Are you interested in becoming a student? And perhaps that's why you're asking about these questions.
That depends on how short of a term students are allowed to study. We're not here for very long, but I am interested in the gladiatorial arena, as you have mentioned.
Ah, I see. So you're travelers that have managed to stay by. Well, we have a couple of things for you. If you get some special permission, you can do some self-research in some of our facilities, and we can see about finding you some place to stay. That's a little more difficult. If you already have signed up research with one of the colleges, perhaps we can see about transferring that over there. We can give you a temporary student license. Now, the only thing about temporary student license is you will be required to participate in a number of classes over the course of the year. If you have trouble traveling in between campuses, we can increase that to every 5 years, but then you have more classes to take care of. We understand that not all students can stay around the campus at all times, but we do recommend if you stand up for the traveling student visa, that you spend at least a couple of weeks here and get a couple of your basic classes down. A month would be best, just to take care of it, and you wouldn't have to worry about it for the first year. But, you know, sometimes there are people that have jobs and businesses to get to and are travelers. Obviously, you have enough magical means to get down here. If you do want to become if you feel like after testing in a while you want to become a permanent resident student, we can talk about switching you over to that.
I don't know how to politely say this, but I'm actually a graduate of the College of Satire, as I pull out my bachelor's.
It's College of Satire. It's just like a dude taught you and wrote on a paper, satire. like Bardic colleges aren't an actual college.
Oh, they're not? I didn't know that.
Well, they have like branches, but they're not like an actual college. Like they're like groups that study together. Like
That's
you know,
painful.
Yeah, like you might have learned from like a Bardic troupe that might have been in a city or something that you could have taken you to that college, like taught from it. But it's not like a school here. But, like,
Dang, I wrote my backstory around that too. I didn't know that.
well, they do. Some places are like it, that it is like almost like a school. But the thing is, it's not like. It's more like you're learning directly from other bards that are there working together in their thing. It's
okay.
It's somewhere in between an actual college and maybe an artisans guild. Think of it like that almost. Like, you know.
Do I have like a paper signifying like my pedigree as like a merchant and like royalty?
Probably you have some, but they're like way outdated.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll have you know that I'm already a well-versed in the art of academia as I pull out my merchant treatise. Or
like you probably have
expertise.
some kind of like rather than a diploma, they probably gave you some kind of like pendant or like necklace or something that's like very well designed to represent. No, they represent you are a full-fledged member of the College of Satire.
Oh, I pull out the pendant, I guess.
Ah, bard by trade, indeed. Now, are you those of the musician variety that also practices some magics, the musical magics, or are you those that are just musicians?
Oh, I am well versed in the Bard School of Magic. As I
Oh,
actually-
excellent. We do take those. There really isn't transfer credits, but we can give you credit that you at least know the basics and we don't have to send you there. Though the thing is, most people that come here already have learned, and they're either by a teacher or some kind of mild, small spellcasting school, things like that. So we do transfer other people over very easily that way.
exciting. So, in layman's terms, so I don't have to spend an entire year going to school, can I simply participate in the gladiatorial arena for one session?
We
or
don't really
no?
have a gladiatorial arena per se. There are some challenges that can happen between students, magical duels and things like that, but usually they're arranged particularly between the students. Sometimes there are events that involve things like that. There's usually some competitions that are between the various colleges. The next one, though, won't be for a few months.
Are there any fencing tournaments soon?
Oh, fencing. No direct tournaments, but we do have a number of fencers on campus that if you're interested in practicing your ability with them, they might be willing to. We'd have to get you into at least the researcher's pass, though. If not the traveling student visa.
All this work just to fucking fight.
Because it's not a place that's normally meant to fight. It's a magic college that just happens to
Shut
be.
up,
Alright,
guys.
alright.
I mean, if you want
I'll
to
consider
fight
it.
that,
Is this a guy or a girl?
It's a guy.
Oh, I'll consider it, fine sir. Thank you for enlightening me about the various routes I could choose.
Just stand over the side. We don't really have a place for you to stay right now. I can arrange for some temporary quarters, as we can talk to the rest of these people that came with you.
Let me think about it.
Who's next?
if you really want to fight, you could just punch someone.
Yeah, but I don't want to get thrown out of school. I want to do it at the gym at least.
Oh, I'll go take care of it. Yes, and Nim's just gonna pull something out and like this. Yes, permanent research position with any of the Tolarian Academy schools. Thank you. Okay, excellent. I'll see all of you inside. You want to go up 2 floors to find me?
He's so helpful sometimes.
He's so helpful.
If any of you don't think you can get in, just, Maxwell, you can magically message folks.
Can I?
I don't know. Did you take message or sending?
I can't. I don't believe I did, Nim. Unfortunately, that is not something I am capable of doing.
Did
I
any
can
of you take
speak in a
message?
variety of languages, as I copy Nim's voice.
Okay, just,
Let me look at my spells. I don't think so, because I...
if any of you need me, just send someone up to get me then. I'm sure the fellow there can arrange for it. How about this? If all else fails, they can be my assistants. Technically, they're more bodyguards, but sometimes they do help on research, so they're not entirely useless when it comes to it. And many of them have magical abilities.
I could command someone to go get you.
I can play my lute
can do
really, really loud.
Skywrite. I can do Skywrite. I can send a message in the clouds.
Or underwater.
I didn't say it was.
I'll just play
Like
my
I
music
said,
really
I
loudly.
could command someone. You!
They're spellcasters. If you want clouds underwater, they can give you clouds. Fog cloud!
Why do we want clowns underwater?
Wow.
Never. I wouldn't- if I can have the option to just not have clowns, that would be rad.
No, now you...
They're
instead
fog
of clown-
clowns, so they're like living fog clowns and like horrifying and monstrous and like...
Real
no.
talk, genuinely hate this.
No, I was gonna say, instead of clown writing, now he has clown writing.
You can just like...
It's called Skywrite.
He can like sculpt clowns
Well, now
into
it's
ways,
clown
like,
right.
he like breaks their bones and sculpts them into writing. God.
No, he summons a bunch of clowns that are like cheerleaders that go into the different letter positions.
I think it's funnier if he just takes clowns and horribly mutilates them. Look, I hate clowns.
That's funnier.
I also genuinely hate clowns.
Okay,
I'm neutral.
who's next up to speak with the person about getting in?
I love this guy.
He's just waiting, watching all of you, like, listen for the next person to walk up.
I'm here to simply do some research.
Are you going to be direct assistance to your friend, or are you trying to do some of your individual research? It does make a difference which one you're signing up for.
I would be helping him, but I would be also looking to do some of my own research as well.
Okay, so we want to give you a temporary research pass. Since he is a researcher, I think I can waive some of the basics of it, but you're going to have to at least communicate with at least one of our teachers and get permission to do research with them.
I would be happy to.
We don't have to do the full. I'm trying to forget. Sponsorship. God.
Okay.
Words.
I'm mainly interested in learning some more about shadow magic, if that matters.
So more illusionary stuff?
I'm doing research on creatures of living shadow.
Oh, I've heard some tales about some spirits that have risen as living shadow. Maybe I know who to talk to about that. Okay, let's see here. You are going to want to talk with one of our professors. Come here, wizard name generator.
Mulder-Harry.
You're gonna want to talk to Professor Prussian. He's in charge of necromantic studies, and that seems like it's going to be connected to that. I don't know for sure about what you're looking into, but that might be what you're looking into.
I don't believe this is technically dealing necromancy. It would be actually races of shadow, like the Sultari, Dothi, or the Thalakos.
I've never heard of any of those. I'd say talk to Professor Prussian. He might be able to help you. If not, he can point you in the right direction. He'll give you directions to Professor Prussian.
Thank you.
Next!
Carrie?
Anybody else?
I guess I go.
I drag Carrie as I walk away. Go.
Well, here's the thing. I don't actually know any magic, but I'd like to learn.
Ah, excellent. Now, we can get you onto a beginner's level. Do you want to go... Which kind of course can you go into? It seems like your group is a group of travelers, business people, I'm guessing. Do you want to go into the traveling student visa? We can send you into a beginner's course for it. Get you in a couple of weeks of beginner courses. See what we can teach you.
Is anyone... I turn to the group. Is anyone going to yell at me if I stay here for a few weeks?
A few weeks?
Honestly, I was thinking about staying for a brief amount of time anyway.
I thought
I don't
we
know
only
how
paid...
quickly we are going to be heading to the next area.
I thought our underwater parking fare only lasted for like a month.
Remember, we're getting a different way back to the surface. We're not taking the sun back.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about our underwater parking pass or anything.
Yeah.
Are we in a rush? We might just be able to stick around for a while.
I don't think so.
I get paid by Nim fast.
Nim didn't seem to be in any hurry.
We should consult him just in case.
Well, you've gotten through. I have to go see a professor. Why don't you go? Or actually, no. He still has to deal with you. Don't. I guess I'll go talk to Nim real quick, and then go see and then come back and then go see the professor after that.
Mm-hmm.
And just say, Nim, how long are we planning on staying?
Can it be a few weeks?
Yeah, can it be a few weeks?
Alright, So we'll put you on hold right now until your friend gets back. Good luck.
Yeah.
So stop by before we go see the Professor Prussian. Who's next up on the docket?
I like peek my head out from behind Carrie.
Yes, ma'am.
Carrie's tall.
Yes, madam.
I'm here to help this tall one.
Which tall one?
There's a lot of tall ones.
I poke Carrie on the cheek.
I can become taller.
Ah, I see. Sure, why don't we get you on the same student visa with her? That sounds fine. I'm sure you can learn some new basics. Do you have any magical abilities?
A tiny bit of magic.
Alright. Basics will still be fine then. You might be repeating a few things that you already know, but it'll be fine. Just as someone that uses mild amounts of magic, still can learn something. How about you, my goblin friend? We do have a few goblins in the campus. Not as many. Your race tends to not like it here deep under the sea.
No, that's true. That's fair. It's a fair point. I've only met one other goblin under the sea, and he was a cook.
It's the boiling sea, right?
Now, I didn't hear that because it cut out, but I'm guessing it was slightly
Boiling
racist.
sea.
The boiling sea.
The answer is probably yes.
The answer is boiling sea.
Boiling sea. I specialize in artificery. I'm not sure if you have classes on that where I could expound. Otherwise, I am happy to just research. I would like to learn, but I'm happy to do just research.
We can get you onto the Traveler's student visa, definitely. And we do have an entire section dedicated to artifice. It turns out that being located outside the ruins of the ancient college, there are many items which can be still dug up and found within the ruins that are researched here.
Perfect. That's what...
You're going to want to talk to Professor Exia. She'll be in charge of you. We'll get together that visas for you. As for the other two of you, Professor Aludrine will be in charge of you two. She'll be able to help you out. Alright. My good bard friend, have you decided what you want to do?
What was the condensed version of my choices?
Well, traveling student visa, long-term student staying here, mild research with approval, or we can technically put on you under the long-term research under your friend, but that means you have to accompany him on his research and cannot deviate from the course of it. Granted, you can, in our open facilities, you can do whatever you want, but things like the library, certain parts of our sports center, and certain parts of our entertainment areas are off limits to you unless you're an actual student or full researcher.
Can I offer research with approval?
What kind of research do you wish to do here?
I'd like to learn. What can I? Is there a music school? Is there a fencing school?
There's no real fencing. I think there is a couple of students who are trying to combine spellcrafting with melee fighting, but only a few of them. And they seem to be only in their little own club. They're not direct school. As for musical magic, there is a small group here. We do actually have a professor which teaches some things about that, if you wish to talk with him.
That sounds intriguing. I'd like to do that.
Okay. Then you're going to talk to Professor Bias.
Can you direct me to him?
I can give you directions. He'll give you directions.
Pardon me. Since it looks like we may be staying longer,
yes.
I might be interested in taking some classes as well. Do you offer anything when it comes to magic that comes from packs?
Ah, yes. Spiritual packs. We do have a few around here. So I could probably send you to someone. Let me see here. You're probably going to want to talk to Professor Luthel. Professor Luthel does some of that kind of magic, I think. or at least has a familiarity with beings. So what I can do here is I can change your pass here to a joint traveling student visa and temporary research visa here. So this way, you can get more access to the library if you want to research your topic directly while going to some classes here. You will have to do the research on your own time, though, maybe a note. Out of the class schedule you'll be given for the couple of weeks here. You at least will have to spend 2 weeks. I would recommend going up to a month if you can, because as I said, if you do the full month, we can pass you off for the year.
Understood. I don't think that will be a problem. We just have to talk to our friend.
And I do warn all of you that are getting the student visas. The traveling student visas, yes, you will have over, if you do they want you to do about a month a year. That's all you have to put into any of the colleges, meaning that as you're done here, if you don't finish up your full training, you are expected to go to one of the other Tolarian academies and do it over the course of the year. If any time you break it, you cannot get any more student visas here. You will be considered still a legacy member of the academy, and there are still some things that you'll have access to, even if you cannot keep up with the student visa, but you'll be much more limited afterwards.
Understood. Thank you.
We really want people that sign up for this to take things seriously when it comes to learning magic. At least to a degree.
More serious.
Radiant will come up and she'll sign up for something too. And Lutella.
Lutella?
Is that like
Lutella?
Lutella. My brain broke for a second. Lutula. She's actually going to go to the same direction as you, Joe.
Okay. Oh yeah, because she's a warlock too.
And she'll mention, like, Maxwell, maybe we can look into some very pleasurable things in the library together later on.
Say no more, Lotula.
Or a dorm room.
Or a dorm room.
I would definitely be down for that. Let me just speedrun learning. Man, she's really into me.
Radiant's gonna go up to Kaz and be like, if you find anything interesting out about Artifice, please let me know. But I think I want to look into some of the magical nature of myself a little bit. Something a little different. Maybe learn some things.
Sure. I will let you know what I find.
Excellent. Okay. So each of you will respectively go off to meet with some people. Why don't we start with Joe? Will start.
I
with
think
you.
we should. I think we should technically talk to Lucian real quick.
Not Lucian?
Or why am I saying Lucian? Wrong claim.
Nim.
Nim.
Just because I have like a guide and a couple of games that you're in, Joe. Yes, Lucian. Ah, yes, you're a crazy old sorcerer in a different game that is not streamed, where he knows many things and he's a researcher more than a fighter.
Yes. We'll talk. I think we should talk
Does
to
he also play the
Nimril.
organ?
He doesn't play the organ, but he is a sorcerer
Organ?
with literal. He's like a 9th level sorcerer with literal 1 attack spell, and that's Magic Missile.
a good spell.
I think we should talk to Nim real quick before we separate, just to make sure we have the time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I know my thing is pretty short, so want to be considerate to our employer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk with him, and then we can separate to our professors.
Agreed.
What you'll find is he led you up 2 levels in the tower, and then he said to go off to the western door, which means you have to kind of like you're supposed to cross over the entire kind of quad area there, which this actually seems to be like, I would say, it's not like a full library. What it appears to be is like a self-research kind of area. with a number of, with books that seem to be very like general topics, and 50% general topics, 50% like fictional stuff, where people can kind of sit and relax a little bit in between classes or something, and maybe research something a little just simply, or just spend a little bit of time together. There's groups that are chatting there, some that are just reading, you know, something a little mild. Across there is like a, the sign above the door is, the Rabbit's Foot.
Okay, I guess we'll enter the Rabbit's Foot.
Okay, you open the door, and it's just pure blackness.
What?
Oh, no.
Don't I have dancing light? I cast dancing lights, and I put them in front of us.
They go into the blackness and disappear.
I kind of look at my hand, and I look at the blackness. I'm like,
I'm just gonna go,
My
hello?
Fuck it, I'm running in.
You'll see like a couple people like pass by snickering. Okay, Carrie will just pass into the door and disappear. You will find yourself in a 4-tiered level bar.
Hell yeah!
From the college bar.
You will notice something very weird though. The first 2 levels are normal, and the next 2 levels flip up and are on the ceiling.
Oh my god, I want to go there.
So you see people
You're
just
already there.
up on the ceiling,
No, I wanna
doing
go
everything
to the
normal.
ceiling.
There seems to be this like kind of like double pyramids, which are the kind of backdrop for like the bar areas. It seems to have like on the bottom floor here, it seems to be a lot of little like tables and stuff where people are getting all kinds of food and drinks. On the second floor appears to be games, and it kind of mimics it on the top floors, same way, where like the 3rd floor, where you're going to be on a ceiling, is games, and the 4th floor is kind of more tables and stuff. And it looks like there's different games like up on the floor above you. Like it looks like there's some billiards and some like playing card areas and things like that, some darts, and a couple more like, it looks like kind of more spell casting, wizardy kind of things. Including like and some more physical things too, as you kind of see like there's like a, looks like a, rather than a like there's a dagger throwing area and an axe throwing area too. You'll see Nim up on the 4th floor, and he'll be like, he'll wave to you and like kind of mention for you to come up.
Hell yeah, I'm going up.
Okay.
Well, if Carrie doesn't come back out, I guess I'm just gonna go through too.
Alright, so the first staircase up to the 2nd floor is normal. The second one kind of goes up at this angle, and then you'll notice it starts to curve. So it almost goes into like half moon shape. And as you're walking on it, you feel like you're perfectly normal on flat. And by the time you get to the other side, you can now kind of like look up, and everybody behind you is kind of curving with you into being upside down.
Carrie has never been more happy in her entire magic.
Underwater.
I'm just gonna go to Nim, like literally plop down at whatever table he's at and say, "This is the best place I've ever been in my
Welcome
entire
to the Rabbit's Foot, one of my favorite places to visit if you are in Tolaria Under the Sea. I've only been here 3 times, and there are some other exits to other places. You see, the Rabbit's Foot here is unique as it is not in our world.
Not in our world?
Yes and no. It's a pocket.
Similar to the bag of holding.
Similar to the Bag of Holding, yes. The Bag of Holding is a pocket of space you can store things. This is a pocket of space where there's a bar.
I love this.
Granted, there is special permissions you can get from some of the other campuses to enter, but usually only some very special people get into. It specifically was created here at Tolaria Under the Sea, and hence why they have permission for students that are sent here to visit. As you can see, similar to, well, there's a almost line that divides it, that you switch between when you might fall down to the floor on one side, you might be falling to the roof on the other. But is it which side's the floor? Which side's the roof? You just can't tell, can you?
No, and it's great. There's a reason I wanted to learn magic, and it's because it's weird as shit.
So we have a question, Nim.
Ah, yes.
How long do you plan to be here? Because some of us are talking about taking some classes.
Ah, well, personally, I didn't have much need of being here for very long. But I'm sure I could find something. My journeys usually take quite long anyway. And if you wanted to spend some time here, I'm not against spending some time here. About how long did you want to say? A couple of weeks? Longer?
A month?
Gosh.
Could I find something to do for a month? I think I could. Maybe.
We're all thinking about taking traveling
That's
visas.
in a month, more like a few weeks.
I might be able to handle a few weeks at least. Let's, say a few weeks for now, and check back in with me.
Okay.
I'm sure we could find another college to go to. I mean, the person said we just have to complete a month and a year, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure our journey should take, well, our parting of ways, and where your other goal was to go to, should occur by then. I believe you were heading to the main campus of Tolaria, Tolaria West. This you could probably take a few classes there. But granted, I might be able to find something to take my time. I don't really have much after my current journey, and it wasn't a time-sensitive mission, so I'm not really rushed, per se.
Okay, well, we'll check back in with you.
Yes.
We're going to go off to see some various professors.
Before you do, though, enjoy a drink, enjoy some food.
Thank
Yes.
The pastries, they're just quite magical. I mean that quite literally, because they're baked with magic.
Cute.
Mm-hmm.
I'll enjoy
Another
a meal.
round. Another round. Brings out like a plate full of what looks to be donuts.
Ooh. Are they
The
jelly
rest of us
filled?
are just standing at like the dark gate, right?
I
went in,
I don't know
probably. Yeah,
if
I'd
anyone else
probably
went
gone
in.
in.
I went in.
Oh.
I mean, as soon as the first couple
Couldn't
of
have
you
waited
went
too
in,
long.
did anybody wait?
See, I assumed it was just me and Wintress just chilling here.
Wintress probably would have followed Carrie.
I don't know, like a pit of blackness isn't something Wynn normally walks into willingly.
I'll just
I just-
hold
And
my arms.
if Carrie didn't come back out, she just assumes the blackness probably like consumed her.
So
I'll just patiently wait at the door and like
So
fold my arms
Carrie
and tap my
and
toes.
Kazarin and Claude are on there, and I guess Radiant will have followed.
Okay.
And then,
I guess if they don't
and
pop in,
Latula will wait with you guys.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
I'm
well-
just here for comedic effect, and that's it.
I'm guessing if they don't pop in a little bit, I'm going to go back down, poke my head out, and go, "Are you guys coming or what? Free drinks
This is
and
just
food."
like a disembodied head
Yeah.
poking out. Oh
Yeah.
Oh,
no!
Claude, what happened to you?
Winter screams.
There's a cool bar in
and
here.
horror.
Can you did you like stick your arm out when you did that?
Yeah, there's a cool bar in here.
Is this a portal?
Yeah, there's a pocket dimension.
And it's safe, right?
Yeah, there's games, food, fun.
I walk through to confirm it,
There's
and then I
gonna
stick
fine.
my head out to Wintress and say, "It's safe, Wintress."
Does Wintress go then? She's the last one, because Latula will come in after.
She'll reluctantly follow behind them.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I swear to my bones that they'll be safe.
you all get to enjoy the weird gravity shift, which you don't feel because it's like a weird gravity curve built into
I
the
want to
sides.
try something.
Sure.
So once I get a drink,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have some of it. but then I want to use Mage Hand
Mhm.
and see what happens if I lower it down to the level where the gravity changes.
You mean
Does it
lift
automatically
up?
flip? Does it automatically flip and stay in the glass, or does it pour out and stay the wrong way?
I'm gonna say it because it pours out and it dumps onto someone down there who looks really pissed off and is coming
I'm
up.
trying to make it so it's not over someone.
Okay. Instead, you'll see a very angry person that works there cleaning up after you.
Sorry, I was just testing the theory.
Test your theories on your own time, you drunkard!
I summon my mage hand.
Goddamn drunk wizards!
I summon my mage hand and clap Claude's other mage hand.
Mage Hand buddies! Woo! Mage Hand high five.
I assume I have the left hand because I'm a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a righty, so there you go. Okay, so don't throw anything into the air high enough that it goes the other way.
You don't say.
Please don't get us kicked out of the university already.
I was just curious. I didn't know how it worked.
How long have you guys been drinking ale here?
Well, I've been here drinking since I arrived.
That's quite a while, Nim. Is there something you want to tell us in addition to your flirtatious nature?
Well, this is only number 2. I kind of milk them after quite some time, so...
Okay, so you nurse them. That's fair.
You
Yes.
milk them.
It's a figure of speech, Wintress. Every alcoholic has their own way of saying that. I say alcoholic, but I mean that in a respectful manner, Nim. I used to partake in ale in my youth.
When you were
You have a
alive?
stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you can stomach it.
Well, it's an
Claude's
interesting...
fine.
It's an interesting thing, though, about this entire situation, though, as, my own, training does make it, that I am a little, tough against things like this. Just, I guess, experiences that, I'm quite a heavyweight if I wanted to go drinking.
You drink too much too often.
Same here.
Don't really drink too much too often. I think it's the entire that some of my training meant exposure to... See, Lanawa has a place filled with many dangerous things, including venomous creatures, and exposure to just a little bit of poisons here and there does tend to make you kind of resilient to things. And it turns out that getting drunk, it seems to work similar to a little poison.
I am also resistant like that.
Those of the tribe suspect that it's something similar to a poison, not quite the same, as it doesn't quite kill one man. Though there are tales of those that could drink themselves to death if they drink too much, so I assume that it's a poison our bodies can deal with. Strange, isn't it?
Very odd.
Yes.
Have you ever been drunk, Nick?
Not since my youth.
You should try.
It's a lot of fun.
Drinking contest between Nim and I.
When you can sometimes sculpt very dangerous magics, you'd rather not be out of your control. Though I'm wondering
You
if I've
say
drunken
that.
too much already.
Flamethrower. I get drunk constantly.
But does any of you also of you notice that seems to be 2 Wintresses?
I looked. There seem to be 2 Wintresses.
There's another white-skinned person right next to Wintress.
Oh, I thought he was like.
Who's
wrong,
just
he's like,
staring? They seem to be staring at her. Poke.
Oh God.
Hug! Huge hug!
So affectionate, Nim. Well, you treated all of us that way.
No, this is the second.
This is the other core.
Who's not just.
Oh.
It seems to be a core woman. Hello! Hi! I didn't expect to see another of my kind.
I love you.
I love you too!
What brings a core under the sea?
Studying?
Waitress just looks at him. I was traveling with you.
Yeah, and I'm studying.
I give her a bony smile.
The only
Well,
kind.
I guess I have my mask on, so she can't really tell. Because I'm clothed.
Hi, I'm Hang.
Hey.
I'm waitress.
How's it hanging?
I shake her hand. My name is Maxwell. It's a pleasure to meet
She
you.
kind of like gives you this funny look of like, oh, surface swing. Yeah. Okay. So, what brings you here?
Combination of studying and
She's
more
looking
studying.
at Wintress and you just say that. She looks over at
I
you.
followed the red one.
Ooh, she's very red.
I know, right? Isn't she so
Especially
pretty because
tonight.
she's so red?
She's pretty pretty.
It's because I'm a demon. I thought we've established this.
Ooh. Okay.
I know, right? Isn't she so cool?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she's so cool that she's hot. So I followed her, and now I'm here.
I'm here because, though I am a master of the stone magics our clan has, I've also discovered I have an affinity for water magics, and it turns out that here is a great place to learn to use both together. When you're
Because it's like surrounded with water and ground.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah, no one in
Maybe.
our tribe knows about like water magics and stuff. So, you know, I went on a journey and it ended up here. It was epic. Where did your journey take you?
Here.
Ow!
I know, right?
That's only half the story. We've traveled far and wide, from boats to volcanic mountains with fire-breathing dragons to
The
here.
Leviathans.
Why would you go
The
to
Leviathans.
Why would you go to a volcano? We avoid those kind of things all the time. It's bad. It's bad business.
You can ask our employer that.
Like the red one likes fire, and she went there, and I was just like, I guess I gotta go too, even though it was hot.
There's nothing wrong with a lot of volcanoes.
Well,
I'll remind you that I'm resistant to fire.
look, you know, there's always an occasional volcano around. You just don't build your tribe on it. Crazy people.
Is it just you traveling alone, Hang?
Oh, I'm a student here. I did travel mostly alone. It was for a while there. My older brother took me, but once we found and got arranged for the boat to take me and the traveling here, he parted ways with me.
How long do you plan on studying here?
Well, I don't know until I master water magic.
I don't suppose you have a traveling visa, do you?
No. Why? Why would I have one of those?
Just curious,
Someone
is all.
can adopt another person.
Well, this would be more for Wintress, because she doesn't seem interested in us. Although Wintress has been very desperately seeking a friend for, like, how many episodes now?
Since this began.
I kind of cover my face, or cover my mask a bit, and do the mimicry thing in Wintress's voice and say, "You should travel with us."
Please roll.
What?
I'm speaking for you, Lindsay.
Wintress is just like going like, huh?
Please roll deception.
All right, let's see if this works.
Can he deceive me?
Am I deceiving you or her?
Both of them.
I mean, Lindsay, if you want,
wait, I
you and
said
Wintress
that?
can work together with me if you. I mean, I guess.
No, Wintress is
Wintress
just
has
wondering
no
if she
idea.
said that.
All right, deception.
Waitress, please roll insight to see if you understand it wasn't. You're like, what did I say that?
Yo, I got 25!
Yeah.
Holy crap!
And she got a 6. She thinks she said it.
Absolutely clueless. Damn, what a good roll. That was almost perfect. So what happens now, Chief? Do we get another...
Like I said, we should travel together.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if I'd learn any water magic from you guys, though.
Oh, maybe after you learn water magic.
I can see into it. I'm getting the basics down. You know, I have an affinity for it. I think see, the teachers that I've been talking to say that I really have more an affinity for the elemental magics in general. That unlike many of our shamans in the group, because I look at things in a very like logical way, you know, they say like that's maybe why it. See, that's
so
why
you know how rain happens.
I do actually.
Not to say I don't know how rain happens. It's just you know too. Carrie taught me how rain happens.
Yeah, that's yeah.
She's a good.
Why is my goal to become a librarian? I should just become a teacher.
If you have an affinity for the elemental magics in general, why not try to learn a little bit of each?
Well, you see, it's a unique thing that I'm a little unusual. You can't see it now. She's gonna actually like pull up, like she's kind of like a little kind of robes on that look a little combination between like the like outfit that probably Wintress has, which is probably more traditional like tribal core, and a little bit of like what a wizard might have. And so she'll kind of draw up her sleeves, and she's got these like very strange, intricate tattoos. Actually, she sees like I started feeling like I should draw these when I started doing it, and I started gaining them, which is very unusual. Not many of our people gain many tattoos unless they're specialized ones for certain warriors and stuff. But you see, I've been using them for my magics, and it turns out that it's similar to what a couple of my teachers say. They have books for that, and it's kind of weird to do tattoos.
Oh. They're pretty.
Yeah.
Are they shamanistic in nature?
She is a wizard, but she is like a unique type of wizard, like a tattoo wizard. Her spellbook is the tattoos across her body.
That's cool.
So fucking good.
It's like the freaking Tao Tao in Far Cry 3.
Well, she can't lose her spell book.
No.
She can't drop it.
Unless you skin her alive.
Yes. She has some disadvantages and stuff, but like.
Oh no, the spell I need's on my butt. How do I read that?
It's less that you need to like study it, and more you concentrate on it, like what's on your body and kind of things like that. And like, you know, it's a lot of like meditations on that there, rather. So she's combining like wizardry and shamanic magic in a way, and it's something that she came up with on her own. And if you were going to describe her class, she is a wizard that is an invoker.
I haven't heard of the invoker class.
Invoker is
evocation.
It's energy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, in all the years I've been around, I've never heard of that kind of magic. That's really interesting.
Elemental magic is an interesting thing, and I think what I could eventually do is learn more than just earth and water. Like, I think kind of studying into it and finding my own unique way to do it might be the way to go. And the thing is, like, I don't actually have to cover myself in tattoos, it seems like, because as you can see, like, these have become more intricate as I've learned more, and as I kind of paint them onto myself and learn more.
Intriguing. My spells come from my music.
My spells come from a pact with death.
Well, we can...
Other nerds.
Well, yes, well... I can look into more things. The thing is, like... I've been developing something that I might want to go out and test. You know? So maybe traveling might not be a bad idea at some point in time. But...
Well, we'll be here for a few weeks. If you happen to need traveling companions, then feel free to seek us out. We'll be doing various things around the academy while we're here. So, and I'm sure Wintress could use another friend to keep her company.
I'm not a child.
No, you're not. I never implied that.
Carrie, he thinks I'm a child.
Adults have friends too, Wintress. Do they not?
Goodbye. Do you remember the fact that you act like a child like 45% of the time?
She's not wrong. You basically imprint on Carrion wherever you go.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not.
I'm not a child, but you know, sometimes you.
I'm gonna turn away from them and just stare at Hang and see how they treat me.
Huh.
I kind of yell over her shoulder. She said this, not us. I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Want me to rough him up for you just to teach him a lesson?
You can try.
You know what? Do the weird one with the mask.
Okay.
Rough me up.
Okay. She's going to make some motions, and seemingly like appearing out of nowhere are these two floating objects made of stone that seem to float behind her. If I was to describe them, they're almost kind of shaped vaguely like D8s. So they're like diamond-like, you know? They've got that kind of like flat-sized, except they're like almost like two elongated pyramids on top of each other. She'll kind of invoke something else, and drawing out of one of them, she's going to pull out what looks to be a sword made of crystal.
You don't actually intend to hurt me, do you?
Let's not have a fight in the bar. Let's just not. You know.
I agree. I have no desire for violence. And if you really want to practice your sword or fencing skills, you'll have to do it in the arena.
Make persuasion.
Oh boy, I'm a little nervous. 20. Fuck yeah! I'm so good at talking to people.
Now try to read their mind. Now try to read her mind.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Wintress, can you please give me a history check of what she does?
I can't believe she's trying to like hurt me already. Like I barely talked to this girl.
I don't know nothing.
Wintress is clueless.
Okay. She did something weird. You don't know what hell she just did.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just gonna clap and say, "You're cool. I like you."
Karen, I'll give you a check with disadvantage because you lived in the same region as Core. On Arona.
Wait, she's attacking Carrion too?
No.
No.
Okay.
Listen, I'm smart.
You're smart, and you actually have heard of like what she did. It's something amongst the Core. Basically, when you were like, you just read about it in like some like. Or you ran into someone that did it. Like, some traders to the small area your home was near. You know, like the small village your name is. One of them was known as a lithomancer. Power over stones. And amongst the lithomancers, there's said to be those that can manipulate them into weapons, stone forgers. It's an ancient craft that very few Core remember nowadays. Their time at Zendikar, or their time from Zendikar to Rath basically caused most of them to die out, and very few to remember the craft. Basically, on the Core's home plane, they remember it a lot more.
I mean, Wintress doesn't even know exactly how her hooks work. How
Yeah.
is she supposed to remember about lithomancy?
Yeah, this is stuff left over from the centuries you had in your people had in Wrath, attempting to retain what little of your culture you had on an entirely different plane.
I'm just gonna get out my notebook and start taking notes on everything that I saw.
The strange diamond shapes behind her, you do not understand what those are, but they are floating behind her.
What happened at the whole persuasion thing?
You'll see her kind of like take the weapon and kind of put it back into the things, and with a mark, the two like crystal things will actually kind of like almost like sink into nothingness and disappear.
I bet you gave him a good scare. Good job.
Did you actually have any intent to hurt us?
No, just you.
You whip out a crystal blade, and all you have to do is shrug for yourself?
Hey, don't talk to her like that.
I can't and will! I felt threatened!
You should've. I felt threatened being in your presence.
I was just sticking up for you. For
No,
an
you
assumption
were-
that you made.
Wintress, just sit down and have a
Okay.
Do all core act like this?
Listen, you're both acting like children, so let's stop. Let's have a drink. Let's have a donut. I think that's what those are. And stop being bitches.
The donuts are really good here.
I know.
I agree. I've
I
had
don't know,
myself.
like, what flavors. Is it like...
This
How
one's a
do you say-
berry flavor, and I think the little crystal things are like magic berries on here. And this
Oh.
one,
Are they good
this
berries?
one, they say is chocolate. I don't know what chocolate is. I think it's supposed to come from jungles somewhere, but it is awesome.
I don't like the chocolate. The berry's good.
I can't put my finger on it. But there's something that doesn't quite rub me the right way about Hang.
That's because you don't have fingers.
Nerve endings
No.
or not. Not
You
sure.
can't rub anything.
The core culture just seems odd to me.
He has fingers, he
That's
just
because
doesn't
you
have...
haven't traveled with a core for a long time.
Have you? Oh, actually, I guess I forgot your history with Wintress.
Literally, that's our entire background.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget. Lack of neurons and whatnot.
If I only
Can
had
I-
a brain.
Carrie,
Yes.
can I knock some neurons into his head?
Only when you're sparring. If
Okay.
you spar.
I don't like the hostility that's being thrown at me. I feel like there's a reason I don't hang out in bars anymore.
Because people get drunk and get angry.
But my party is sober and they're angry.
I'm just gonna look over at you. Why don't we go play some darts and let them talk?
I agree. Thank you, Claude. I walk away.
Ooh, darts. I'll play with you. Radiant comes with you.
Hey, what about Lotula? Does she want to come?
She's gonna sit with the girls and drink. And them.
Okay.
Nim's just sitting there.
Oh god, Nim has his hair up again.
No,
I'm
Kazran-
still there.
Kazran could be part of his harem.
Okay,
You never
Fish,
know.
Fish, what are you doing? Do you want to play darts with us?
What the hell do you want?
What was that?
Several donut.
I think he's eating
This
real
is
bad,
the
sorry.
donut harem.
Kaz will take several donuts and then maybe go... Yeah, probably go try out darts for a little bit before returning for more donuts.
Okay.
Have you played darts before, Radiant?
Well, not directly, but I have thrown sharp objects at people.
Well,
Well,
we're
you're
not
basically
aiming at
90%
people
of the
here.
way there.
Just not at people.
Well, I know, it's a target.
Yes.
Ladies first.
Okay.
Should we do teams?
I'd be down for teams.
Since there's 4 of us.
Do you want to draw straws for this, Claude?
I'm whatever.
Okay.
So what's the teams?
I guess
Roll a D2.
D2.
Are there 4 of you? I thought it was Radiant you two. Who come along?
Well,
No,
Fish is gonna, or
Fish is
Catherine's gonna hang out with
coming
us.
too. Yeah.
For a bit.
Catherine's gonna hang out.
Kaz
Okay.
is coming, yeah.
Okay.
I got 2.
I don't know what team that means you're on.
Well, we all have to roll a D2.
Okay, give me a second.
I'm trying to remember damn commands.
Slash roll 1d2.
Yeah.
That's a d20. Whoops. I'm so like instinct to d2. Looks like
No, that was
It's
wrong.
like me and Radiant are teaming up.
Other direction slash roll.
Oh yeah, roll. No.
Well, if everyone rolls a 2, that doesn't make any sense. So
Everybody rolls a 2.
Fish is on a 2 by himself.
Yeah, I'll re-roll. There we go. I'm on.
All
I'm with Kaz.
Okay. Radiant will throw some darts. Let's see here.
I'm guessing Dex.
Well, a dart's an actual weapon.
Yeah.
It's just Dex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any special rules we should establish before
If
doing
you are
this, Claude?
proficient with darts, you can get you get your proficiency bonus on it.
It's a simple one.
Yeah, I think we're all proficient with darts.
So I'm just gonna roll Radiance throws to see how well she throws. Not too. That was not correct.
Because
Yeah,
I
plus
added
8?
all the dice together.
She does get +8 to that. She is a Deva. She has freaking high dexterity.
Damn.
Her lowest stat is her intelligence, and it's a freaking 17. Well, actually, she's got different stats than a normal Deva anyway, but, you know.
How many throws are we doing? 3?
3 throws. So I should have done 1d8 plus... 1d20 plus 8 3 times rather than that, because that didn't work.
I guess I roll next.
Sure, because you're on the... Or wait, would be
Whoa.
someone on the other team first.
Okay.
You want me to roll, or do you want to roll, Kaz?
Go right ahead.
Okay, so... let's see here. If we compare them...
Well, wait. But
There's-
he gets a plus
there's a-
18. Wouldn't it just be +6 because Radiant only got like
I only
plus?
did +6.
He did +6. Radiance
Oh,
just...
Yeah, but he did it 3
You
times.
did it 3 separate.
Yeah, you did 3 separate rolls. It was what I
Oh,
should
I
have
thought
done.
you want. Yeah, that's what you wanted.
I
was
wanted
3
that because
Yeah.
because if you do them all together, it adds them all up.
Yeah.
So now, Maxwell, you can roll yours. So far, your team is ahead just by a little bit in points.
All right, I want to do a little flourish before I do it.
Uh-huh.
So instead of just simply throwing ding, ding, ding,
Uh-huh.
I hold 1 dart in 2 of my hands.
Uh-huh.
I summon the mage hand for the 3rd one.
Uh-huh.
I spin around gracefully and throw them all in quick succession.
Are you having your mage hand throw one?
Yep.
All right, let me then make 2 ranged attacks with your dexterity, and I guess 1 spell attack.
How does that work? It's not like an offensive spell.
Yes, but you have your proficiency plus whatever your
For a
charisma
weapon
is. Yeah.
Oh.
So 2 of them you'll add your dexterity with your proficiency, and the 3rd one you'll add your charisma plus your proficiency.
Oh shoot! Actually, I should have been rolling with +7.
So I
have
add
a
my-
4 dex.
So I have
Oh,
6
your
dexterity
dex
and 3
went high.
proficiency bonus,
Yeah.
so that would be
Yeah.
+9.
Uh,
So we have-
Technically,
adding all
all
that?
those are add +1
let
to
me
my 3 rolls.
Check Maxwell. No. You have a 3 dexterity plus a 3 proficiency. You get +6. So you get plus.
Well-
you get so plus 1d20 plus 6 3 times.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your charisma and
Yeah,
dexterity are exactly the same. Anyway,
Mine
so-
should have been at +7. Sorry.
Oh! Nat 20!
Okay, so roll it one more time. Just one more die. Okay.
Do I add anything to it?
Yeah, plus
Same,
six.
plus 6.
Each
Oh,
one,
okay.
these all should be separate rolls technically.
Damn, I did so good!
Yeah, Maxwell's flourish, he actually, like, does awesome and gets a bullseye on one of them, you know? So it's like, it shouldn't have worked, but he's just like, ha 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 ha! It's like,
I'm a graceful skeleton.
apparently. Kazrin, you want to roll?
Eat that, Kazrin.
Yeah.
Well, you put up a good showing.
Surprisingly good.
Yeah. That's surprisingly good. You put up a pretty good showing, but you were behind by one when Maxwell went. You were behind by just a little bit because of that bonus that Claude had done. And then with that,
because I got it. Technically, I would have had a 14, 17, 20.
2, 3. Plus 10, so 13. So the Maxwell Radiant team won by a bit of a margin. It's like, we'll say like a 10 point, you know. So you they got one more really good shot than the rest of you. Like, you know, one of your team's shots like hit like the 1 point kind of area. I don't know old dartboards, so I don't know how it would be scored.
Well, it depends on what you're playing. Like, if you're playing like 300 or something, you're going subtracting every time you hit and trying to get to 0.
I'm looking up a medieval dartboard. Oh god, there actually were some complex medieval dartboards. Holy crap.
Huh.
I think? Maybe?
Can I high five Radiant?
Sure.
Okay. We did it, Radiant!
Development of darts in the game was originally developed in the medieval era in the 1300s. Okay, yeah, so it's pretty old. You know, it's probably much more of a simple dartboard. And
yeah, it's probably
just
like it's like a bullseye with outer ring and like 4 outer rings.
Yeah, and so basically you got it, and like one of them is one outer ring in comparison to the other. We'll kind of say, you know. So it was a pretty close game though overall, but yeah, like Maxwell's flourish was really good, and Kazrin did a really good job of flourishing too. But it seems like maybe that bullseye really got you it.
Yeah, that was awesome. We did it, Radiant.
Yeah. But you have some good times and enjoy some darts. Why don't we kind of finish and go to our break here, and then maybe you guys could go check out your teachers and maybe spend some time here in the college for today before worrying about it. So we're going to take a quick break, bathroom, snack, drink, anything like that you need, go ahead and do it. We'll be back in a little bit. We are only having the one break today, ending a little early. I mentioned that in my previous stream. I'm just letting people know now because I didn't mention it at the beginning of the stream. So expect us to end around 10:30 today. Anyway, see you in a second, folks.